everyone. So glad you can join me today. My name is Martha Howe. Let's get started with this bar workout. I have some free weights. Free weights meaning 2 bottles filled with liquid, but if you've got weights, awesome. Additionally, I have a little cushion for when I'm doing some kneeling things, side body work for my hips and knees. Feel free to grab those. We're going to start in a parallel position. Just a few inches between the knees and toes. Circle those arms up toward the sky. Get a nice opening stretch through the body. Roll down through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Releasing over. Bend into the knees here. Release the head. Shake it no. Nod it yes. And keep that small bend and roll all the way back up. Circle those arms again. Now this time we're going to reach up and over to one side. You can reach that arm toward that floor. Lengthen, reaching those arms away from each other. Bring that back up and then all the way through it. We'll add a plie this time. Bend, circle to the other side. And same thing, long body stretch. Reach that arm toward the floor, lengthen through it. Bring it back in and then all the way. Bend and we go to one side. Big circle, big stretch. Bend and we go to the other side. Getting that side body warmed up. Getting a little bit of movement into the ankle joint, the knees, the hips, as well as through the shoulders and the neck. We're getting just a little bit of that mobility that's going to help us later. We'll go one more time each side. Reach through it. And last one. Reach through it. Now this time we're going to come right back up. We'll roll down through the spine, reaching those hands toward the floor. Now, as you're doing this, feel free to bend the knees here, release the head over, and feel that stretch. Now, we're going to stay here. We're going to bend into one of our knees and straighten through the other. So I have my left knee bent, my right leg straight, and I'm going to reach toward the ceiling, opening that spine up, looking up toward my thumb as I go. Bring that in, bend through that right knee, extend that left, and rotate. And we're going to do this a couple of times, getting that mobility once again, focusing this time on a little bit of rotation through the spine, as well as that kind of bending and extending across the hips and knees. One more time here, and we'll call that good. We'll bring it in and roll, excuse me, and roll up. Okay, we're going to start in a first position. So that's your heels together, toes apart, Pilates V. You have your hand there at your bar, your chair, whatever you've got, your other arm out to the side. And we're going to go with a demi. So a demi plie is just kind of that bend in the knees, the heels stay down, and then rise back up. We plie and rise. Breathing in, breathing out. Now as you're doing this, you want to stay tall in the spine. So as you're bending and extending, the spine stays lengthened. You do have the natural curves through your spine. Your abs are engaged, but we're not dropping the hips back, and we're not sending them in front of us. We'll do 2 more here. Good. One more time. Adding on to this, we're going to do 3 pulses. 3, 2, 1. After that third one, we rise up to an elevate. So, well, I guess that's a releve since we came from a bend. So we go 3, 2, 1, and rise. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rise. A little snap, hopple, crock through my feet and my knees, but hopefully yours are doing a little bit better than mine. We rise up each time through those heels. We're going to do 2 more sets like this with the heels down as we pulse, and then the heels up, and then last set, 3, 2, 1, and rise. Now when you plie this time, keep your heels up. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. 3, so the heels remain up, that's the difference. And rise. 3, 2, 1, and rise. 2 more like this. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen one more time. 3, 2, 1, and rise. Now, no lowering those heels. Come back to that bend. You can bring your hand up to support you, or you can keep your hand on your chair so that you have your balance. Now, keep those heels up this whole time, so you should feel some warmth generated through the legs. Now, we lower and lift the heels, but everything's gonna stay the same. Like, my head is not bobbing up and down. It's staying where it's at. It's just that my heels are lifting and lowering. Engage the core. Slide the shoulders down. Still remaining tall through the spine. We have 3 and 2. Don't leave me here. 1. Hold here, little pulse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Lower the heels. Keep your bend. You're going to step that side to side. You're going to take a little bit of a deeper plie and then rise up. Plie. Side to side. Deeper plie to rise. Plie. Step that and rise. Reach. You want to point through those toes and lift. Reach and lift. Reach and lift. Good. Feel the warmth through the legs. You should be feeling that. Make sure the knees are in alignment with the toes. We're keeping our rotation through the legs. That starts from the hips and moves down through the knees and through the feet. And we'll call this one our last one. Hold here at the top. I always love when I come to an elevate like this, when you're up on the balls of the feet, to take that moment to try to shift your weight. See if you can lift out of that back foot a little bit. Find your balance. Doesn't matter how graceful or amazing it looks. You might be floundering all a bunch of different directions. Keep that core tight and then lower that down. It's always good to build on that balance. I'm going to shift to my chair now. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So coming back to our dummy and our first position through our feet, and our hand can be out to the side with us. We plie and rise. Dummy and rise. Connect with that breath. Big, full, deep breath. That's going to help your heart to regulate. Get that expansion through the chest and keep the core engaged. We should have done about 5. Then we plie here. This is where we add our pulses. We have 3, 2, 1, and we rise up to the ball of the foot. 3, 2, 1. Now spread those toes wide. Feel the weight evenly distributed across your toes. 3, 2, 1. Zip up the abs like a tight pair of jeans, your winter coat, whatever it is. And rise. 2 more like this. 2, 1, and lengthen. And 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. As you come down, you're going to keep your heels up, and we're going to pulse out. 3, 2, so you can go a little deeper, and rise. And 3, 2, 1. If the legs shake, that's awesome. Let them shake. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. One more round. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. Let's do one more for good measure. Should be about 5. We're going to come to that plie. Keep the heels lifted and pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Heels remain lifted. Get up a little bit deeper. 3, 2. Keep your heels up for me. Now we lower and lift. Lower and lift. I think I was supposed to do the lower and lift before the pulses, but no harm, no foul. We're doing it all together. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that lift. Nice. Now remember, we're going to step side to side, so lower those heels. Reach that out, point through those feet. Find your plie, rise up through it. And step to the side, and reach, and lower, good. So we're trying to keep that plie as we shift side to side, so that we're getting that deeper connection through the quads, filling that core involvement as we go. It's important that you're always thinking of pushing through those feet as well. We've got a lot of muscles and bones there. They're going to give us the stability we're looking for. Go one more round, side to side. 6 to 8 here. Good, and then we rise and hold, and this is where we're going to take our moment to balance. If you'd like to, you can have one hand down. Try to lift through one of those legs. See if you can hold and stabilize. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Slide the shoulders down, rise up through the crown of the head. Keep reaching, feel free to play with it. And then come down. Let's take a moment and do just a little stretch across the back of the leg and into the hip flexor. So you're pressing that heel down, and you're going to bend into that back knee a little bit. And again, feel a little stretch across the front of the hip. And we'll do the same thing other side. Back heel is pressing down. We're stretching that back leg straight, and then we're going to bend into that back knee a little. Okay, I'm going to reposition my chair. With this next one, we'll be in a parallel position. So his feet are side by side. I'm going to rotate to face toward my chair here. And we're going to start with a lunge and a passe. So I want to be just a little bit to the side of my chair, just so that I have some range of motion for my leg as well, to the front as to the back. We're going to step our legs back, find our lunge, and we're going to allow both knees to bend. From that bend, the leg's going to lift up. So this is your passe. So you're going to bring your toe toward that knee. That first one wasn't correct. We're coming to our passe and then back down. If it's more comfortable, you could place your chair just to the side of you. Whatever works best. I don't want this to be too much in the frame of my body so that you can really see that. Keeping our hips pointing forward, our hip bones are like headlights directing the way. This helps us maintain our parallel. We have 2 more here. Relax through the shoulders and the neck. One more time. Nice, and we're going to take that leg back and we're going to do some small pulses. So we have our forward heel down and our back heel is up, and both of those knees pointing straight forward. If you have some weights, feel free to add the weights in here. Go for 2. 1, stay here. Stay. I'm grabbing my weights just to show options. Then lift your forward heel for this next round and pulse. 8, 7, 6. You can send those arms in front of you if you want. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to lower my front heel. Let those weights go down and lift in that back leg. Find that lunge. Then allow that back leg to lift and lower. Now you'll see that my body is hinging, and that hinge comes from my thigh bone inside of my hip socket. So I'm going to try to keep my spine long throughout. And we're still working in that parallel position, so you might not feel that that back leg lifts up very high. No big deal, not the point here. We'll do 2 more. Good. 1 more time. Lovely. Now we're going to stay here. If you want more support, bring that chair to a more supportive position. Lift in the heel of the standing leg, and we'll pulse lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're lowering that heel as well as the leg. I'm going to shift my chair back out of the way. Now this time, we go from our bend into that knees, those lunges, into a hop. You can add arms to that little hop. Now if the hop is not happening for you today, just bring those arms and take that momentum like you were going to do the hop and just leave the hop out of it. We're going to do for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And here is where you might need to, as I fall over, you need to roll out through those ankles a little bit, point and flex, get a little shiftaroo, shake it out. Then I'm going to reposition my chair so we can do the other side. And feel free to do the same. I'm going to grab a drink here. I'm also going to keep my weights handy, just in case I feel like I need them. So again, we come back to our lunge. You have that hand on the chair there for some support, and then that leg goes back behind. We come to our passe, and then back. And everything's in 10. I guess I have my wall here too, so I can put my hand up against the wall. If you're near a wall, that can be a little help with the balance if the chair isn't working. Good. Let's add some arms here. Or if you'd like, feel free to grab a weight. You could lift and lower with that weight. That'll give you a little bit more challenge as you're going. Always looking for ways to step that up so that no matter where you're at in your progression, you have a place to work from. We're going for 2 more. And 1 more. Good, now you're gonna take that leg back into your lunge. I'm gonna grab my other weight. And then just that back heel is up. We're gonna pulse and pulse and pulse. Now you can do different things out to the side, overhead. You could do a tricep press. Lovely, we're gonna pause here for a moment, lift our forward heel, and continue to pulse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that forward heel, set your weights down, or maybe it's just one weight, you know. And then we're gonna lift into that long leg behind and then lower into our lunge. We reach and then we find the plie. Reach, find the plie. Now try to watch that the knee stays in alignment with the heel there, so we don't want the knee in front of the toes. I feel a good stretch into my hamstring of my standing leg as I'm reaching my lifting leg up and behind. You might have a ton of flexibility there. You might not feel that at all. We're all a little different. We're built differently. We'll do 2 more. Good, 1 more time. Now this time as we come forward, we're going, sorry, I missed my last one. We're gonna lift into our our heel of our standing leg, and we're gonna pulse, pulse, pulse. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Now if you need to have just a little bit more space for this next one, move that chair, move your weights. Then we go into that plie, and we're gonna add the hop to that passe. So we'll hop, and then back down. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale with it. Get that lowering of the back knee. Watch your forward knee. We have 5 more. Should feel some good movement through the legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And step that up. Again, take a moment. Roll out across the ankles and the feet. Do a little point and flex. Shake it out. Nice. Should be feeling a good amount of just like some active heart beating going on. That's what we'll call that, active heart beating. So maybe you're not like at your highest level of cardio, but definitely not at your base. We're gonna focus on the legs still. We have 2 more sets of leg things. So I'm gonna give you 1. We'll shift focus a little bit and we'll come back. So coming back to that chair, we're gonna keep our spine long. We'll be in our first position rotation. So that's that V shape through the feet. We're gonna lift that leg up. Now you can see my arms are relaxed here, shoulders are relaxed. We're gonna swing the leg to the side and then to the back. Breathing with it. Lengthening through the legs. You can do this with the knee bent if that's just a little bit less stress across the body, or you can do it with the legs straight. We'll go for 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. I'm gonna lower that down. I'm gonna turn to the side now. So you've got your leg reaching out to the side. We're gonna take our arm overhead, bend that knee, kind of pull the head toward the toes, and then stretch it out straight. Bend, pull that to the toes, and back out straight. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. We have 5 more like this. And 4. And 3. Keep the leg lifting throughout, so we're not letting it lower down. 2. And 1. Now swing that leg forward in front of you. I'm gonna rotate just to the side so you can see. Still in that rotation here, we're gonna bend, kind of pull that knee in, fold over that, and stretch it out straight. Breathe it out. And breathe it in. The leg never touches the floor. This is called an attitude as we bend into this sort of a little bit of a bend. We're still in our rotation. Play with where your breath feels like it's helping you the most. Do you exhale as you bend over, inhale as you lengthen, or would you prefer inhaling and exhaling? Both are going to support you. You want to find the one that's right for you. 3 more. 2 more. Good. 1 more time. Nice. And then lower that down, shake it out. So of course, other side, gotta do it. So again, we start with that leg reaching out to the side. So we're in our first position. We take that leg back. We're gonna lift our leg up and swing that to the side and back. We're going for 8 more. 7. Feel your core strong. Slide the shoulders down, lengthen in the neck and the head. I think we just did a 5. 4. Good. 3. Now we're going to remember that we're going to keep our leg lifted. 2 and 1. So we're going to turn that, find that rotation. The leg is coming out to this side. We're going to flex and reach it over. Pull that in and reach it over. So now I'm still rotated in my standing leg, and in my moving leg, I have a little bit of an internal rotation so that the knees and toes are generally facing toward you. Getting that long reach. We have 5 more. 4. Good. 3 more. Feel that side body crunch. 2, lengthening, and 1. Keep that leg, reach it out in front of you. I will rotate just so that you can see that better. Still lifting, we bend into that standing, sorry, not that standing leg, but the moving leg. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. You can actually put a little bend into that standing leg if you'd like, if that helps. Finding that length across the body here, lengthening through the top of the head as we stretch out, as well as when we fold over. So we don't need to collapse, we can still lengthen the spine as we fold our bodies in half. We have 2 more, and then this is our last one, and we're gonna reach that out and lower it down. Again, take that moment, shake it out. Okay, we're going to do just a little bit of a shift in focus. So you can come onto your back on your mat. Let's see. I'm gonna have a beverage, have a little sip of my beverage. And then we're gonna come to a position fully lying on our backs. Our legs, they start in a tabletop position, and our arms are behind our head. As we're going, we're gonna extend one leg out, tuck it back in. We lift and lower through the upper body. Our backs are in an imprint. That means they are lengthened against the mat as we go. Nice. Now, if you'd like a little more challenge, you're gonna have your legs out and you'll draw one knee in and then back out. One knee in and out. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. We're going to do 2 more and 1 more. Good. Bringing the legs up, we're going to drop down to that position and then lift back up. 1 knee bends, 1 leg stays straight. If you want more challenge, then fantastic, great. You can lower both legs down and lift both legs up. We can do whatever works for our bodies here, but our goal is to keep our low back attached to the mat. You can have that upper body lifted the whole time. You can lift and lower as you move and lift and lower through your legs. Feeling the warmth through the core here. We'll go 1 more time each side, whatever variation you want. Remember, you can always have your legs tucked in. Hug those knees in. Gentle rock side to side. And we'll roll ourselves upright. I'm going to move my chair just a little bit more for this next one, which will be a plank position. So as you come into this position, remember that you can have your knees down, you can do forearms. You want to find the position that works for you. And I'll try to give you some variations as we go. So I'm going to start with a full plank. Find that plank. Now you're going to tuck one knee in, and when you extend that leg out, you're going to go into a downward dog. So that bottom heel gets a little stretch, and then shift that weight forward, that knee to the elbow, and reach it back. Now if that's, keep going there if that's good for you. And if you need to have a knee down, keep a knee down, and you can do the same action with that knee down. So lots of variations. Additionally, you can have a forearm down so that there's not as much tension across the body, across the shoulders. We're going for about 10. So we'll do just a couple more here. And then we'll finish that. We're gonna lower the leg down. Find our plank position again. Now you can lower those knees down. Feel free, you'll go wide with your plank this time. So I like my arms just a little bit wider. My elbows are going out. We're gonna lower and lift. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now this time we're going to stay down and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press that up. Pull your hips back, stretch it out. Feel the arms relaxed. Feel the head, neck, shoulders relaxed. Feel the spine relaxed. And we'll do all of that on the other side. So again, you want to find your position that works for you. I'm coming back to my plank. And now the other knee is going to tuck into the elbow. And I'm going to press that up as I press my heel down. So it's a good stretch as well as a lot of activity across the full body. Breathe it out. Now we're going for about 10 here. Remember, you've got lots of options. You can have your knees down, the elbows down, some variation thereof. We've got 5 more. 4 more. 3. 2. Good, one more time. Lower that leg down. Find your plank. We're gonna go into our push-ups. So I'm gonna have my knees down. This is a wide push-up here. We're gonna lower and lift. 5 and 4. Feel your abs strong. 3. Keep the neck long. 2. Good. We're gonna take this next one down. Hold it there. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press that up. Pull that back and find that child's pose stretch. Releasing and relaxing through the arms and the neck, the shoulders. Oh yeah, feeling this today, my friend. I want to show you one little push-up variation, which requires a little extra cushion for the knee. So grab your cushion, find your position. What's going to happen here is your arms are going to be pretty close to the body. So their elbows are going to hug in. We're going to lift the leg behind and lift that toe up. So it's almost like we're standing in a parallel passe. We're going to shift our weight forward, hug the elbows to the body, and then press back up. So this is a little bit more tricep focused. Think of your body sort of like a teeter-totter. You're bending and extending through the arms. They're hugging the waistline here. Good. We have 4. This is 10 altogether that we're doing. 3. We're going to do 2 more. Good. One more time. And bring it in. Which, of course, you know that means we have to do the other leg. So fun times today. Just so that you can see this, in this position, my hands are hugging the waistline there. So I just want to make sure that's a pretty clear visual. So the leg reaches behind, the toe kind of pops up to the knee, and then we're shifting our weight forward and down. Hug the elbows in. Breathe it out. We have 5 more like this. The arms should be feeling it. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. And bring that all the way back in. Pull the hips back. I need a little shake out of the wrists. If that was a lot, do a little, call these fireworks. Do some fireworks here. Shake out across the wrist. Oh, I hope that you are doing so well on your end. We are going to do some arms and we're going to do a leg series and then we're going to be done. So grab your weights, whatever weights you've got. I've got mine. Take a wide stance through the legs, rotated in the hips there. You can put a little bend in the knees as we go through this. The arms, we're going to bend into the knees a little bit more and stretch the legs straight. The elbows are rotating, the shoulders are rotating, the palms are rotating. So feel that whole rotation through the body. Sorry, through the body of the arm. And the rest of the body stays pretty much upright. We'll go 3 more. 2. And 1. Now we're going to stay down and reach, reach. So you're still doing that rotated work through the arms. Just getting a little bit more warmth, or a lot more warmth into your quads. Both arms out, press. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna reach side, side. So you're getting a shift into that waistline. Notice my hips are staying still. If this is a lot through the arms, through the shoulders, you might not even need your weights. You can do this without your weights. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend and send it out in front of you. Bend out in front of you. Give something away. Bend and extend. Get that deep bend, opening up across the hips, even warmer, more mobility. We have 2 more. And 1 little bicep curl here. Now, as you're curling, just turn to the side so you can see this. Elbows stay lifted. We don't want them to drop down. We have 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to kind of lean over here. Soft bend in the knees, lengthen in the spine. Elbows row and straight. Row and straighten and lift it up. Lengthen it out. We have 5, 4, 3, and 2. Last 1. Pulse, 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 pulse. Bring it up. Keep it going. Little pulses, back punch it out. Rotate the spine here. Keep the hips stable, the spine rotating, getting into our obliques. Reach it, punch it high, 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 and low. Go back high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. 1 more set. Up and down. We stay here, up and down, up and down. Little bend in the knees. We're going to punch it out. Punch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and up and down. Little bend. We're going to keep this next one up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms up and out. Lift it up and out. Elbows stay bent. Feel the shoulders nice and open. If you want to add to this, plie. And out. And up. And out. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last 1. And out. Little lift. Little lift. Lift those heels. We have 4, 3. Now can we hold our heels up? Stay up. Arms are out. Circle it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We gotta reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Stretch that out. Last in our series today, my friends, we'll be standing. You could potentially have the chair for a little extra support. You might not need it at all. We are going to be moving side to side, but at the first, we'll take a plie. When we take our plie, you're taking your leg behind, and you can even cross it a little bit. We're going to plie through both of those knees. Now your back heel is lifted, but I've got my forward heel down. We're going to press through that, swing that leg forward. Bend and swing. Now I'm kind of running into my mat, so try not to stub my toe on the mat. So this is a nice release in that hip flexor. Letting the leg swing inside of the hip socket should feel kind of nice. We have 3, 2, 1. Now here, we're going to take that heel back, lift our forward heel up. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your front heel. Let that leg lift up. Pulse 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to rotate it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to stretch our leg to the side and reach that leg back behind. Point through that foot. Step to side. Bend it behind. So we're side to side. We get a bend through both legs. We want to push through those toes. We're going to go for 4 more. You can go a little bit deeper for more engagement. Good, that was full. We want to bring our chair over to the other side if we're looking for a little bit more stability. And then we come back to that bend and swing. Bend, release. No worries about where your leg, like how high your leg is. Make sure that your spine is staying tall throughout. So we don't want to fall into it as we're going. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, good, 1. Take the leg back, find that bend, lift your forward heel. We pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your forward heel, lift that leg out, rotate it, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Now I'm going to move my chair just because we're going to do a little bit of jumping. So, like we were doing before, we step to the side and we bend. Now you can get into that a little bit more, lowering that upper body, and keep your feet reaching on the floor here. And that's lovely, and let's all do this together just a few more times. Now if you want to take our cardio up a bit, we're going to hop it out. Reach, reach. Try to point through those toes, push through the floor. The toes are reaching as well as the fingers. Lengthen it out. You can open that chest and close it. So you soften it and open it up. We're almost through this, my friends. One more time, each side. And bring that all the way in. All right, my lovelies, I'm gonna have a seat here. We're gonna do a little cool down stretch. So, bottoms of the feet together, knees are wide. Really nice and easy across the joints here. I'm gonna let the head drop forward toward the toes, rounding into the spine. Breathe it in, and then roll it up. Then we're gonna take our hands to our knees and lift the sternum up. If you ever did in Care Bear, watching Care Bear stare out into the world, and then come back upright. Now we're gonna do that again. I just wanna turn to the side so you can see this. So we're kind of folding forward, we're hollowing out in the stomach, and then we lengthen through the spine, lift the sternum, lean back a little bit, and then upright. One more time, breathing with it. And rolling up through it. And lifting that chest, rolling the shoulders back. And upright. Now we'll go side to side. So same positioning. We lift up and over this time. Long body reach. And then to the other side. Trying to keep that opposite hip sits bone down into the floor so that you're not rocking away from the floor. Pull that toward the floor. And then we'll do this one more time, each direction. Hopefully by now, with that slowing down of your breath, you're feeling really stable through the heart. We're gonna do some stretching. So if you have a towel or a band, that towel you were working with before, you might be able to use that. You're gonna lie down on your back and take your foot into that towel. It's just an assist here. And you're gonna give that leg a little stretch into the hamstring. Now you can let your other leg go along and hang here for a moment. Our goal with these stretches is to get about 20 seconds of stretching in. That gives the muscle time to really relax, open up, and give into the stretch a little. Now I have a tiny little bend into my knee that helps me stay out of my knee joint, so hopefully you can see that. Otherwise, I sort of go into a bit of hyperflexion. After we've done that stretch, we're gonna allow the legs to draw across the midline of the body. Now I'm gonna keep my hip down. There's also the option of the hip lifting up, but I'm gonna keep my hip down for this one. Flex my foot, and then internally rotate through that leg. So my knees and toes kind of drop in toward the center line of the body. And I feel that moving through. Breathe into that. I hope that you guys are all doing well wherever you are at. Be sure to watch these videos, add on, feel free to mix and match the videos. I've got some bar videos as well as the Pilates videos for you. So you can really get a good workout if you pair a couple in a row. I'm trying to keep that variety for you. And then draw the leg across the midline of the body. Super sore in and through that glute and outside hip. This is a great one for you. Feeling that stretch. And remember, flex that foot, then internally rotate. What do they call that? When you're like, is it pigeon-toed when your toes are pointed in toward each other? It's kind of that action. Breathe into it. All right, we're gonna bring that back up and roll all the way up. Excellent work today, my people. So glad you could join me, and I will see you next time. Take care.